Now this is based on a story which I told a group of 11 to 12 year olds just yesterday when I visited Crave Grammar School. And it is the reason why, as human beings, we all crave sugar, fat and salt. And what I wanted to do is to highlight to you that what you're going through when it comes to weight loss and trying to lose weight isn't your problem, it's a human problem. And therefore you have to go beyond your human instincts and beyond what most people are doing on a day-to-day basis to counteract this. So this is the reason why human beings crave sugar, fat and salt. Now our story starts in Ethiopia 200,000 years ago, where human beings evolved. Now I want you to imagine two people, person A and person B, Andrew and Bob. Now Andrew and Bob are dying of starvation. They represent the whole human populace at that time. And person A and person B, Andrew and Bob, come across a beehive. Now, Andrew looks at the beehive and he says, I'm dying of starvation. I know there's a lot of sugar in there, but I don't really fancy getting stung by those bees. He makes a rational decision. Now, Bob, on the other hand, looks at that beehive, looks at all the bees coming out of it and just says, I don't care how many times I get stung, I need that honey, I need to get that honey, I need to get that sugar. So he's thinking very instinctively. Now, person B is going to be the person that survives. Person A dies of starvation. What person B has in their mind, so we're going to call the irrational mind the chimp. That's the chimp in his head, which is telling him, you need to eat that sugar, you need to eat that salt, you need to eat that fat. Not necessarily rational at all, goes by feeling, but at that point in time, it's going to be saving his life. We speed up time, say another 150,000 years, and we have farming. The chimp then becomes less important because when you're farming, you don't have to go out and hunt for food. You're not hunter and gatherer anymore. You have a more plentiful supply of food. Speed up another 50,000 years to the 1940s, and we have World War II. Now during World War II, you have rations, you have a reduced supply of food, especially the nice food, and therefore we put sweet food on a pedestal. Chocolate, cake, they all become very precious things that you only get once in a while, once in a long time. Hence why anytime your grandparents come to visit, the first thing they do is they bring chocolate sweets, because there was a culture which developed where these things are prided there, very much a symbol of reward or even gratitude. So in this point in time, 1940s and onwards, when the amount of food being produced increases a massive amount, you have intensive farming, battery hens, cattle being produced by genetic interference, or genetically interfering with their genetics to speed up the rate that they grow, things like that. And now we have the same chimp in a society where food is everywhere. Sugar is everywhere. If I spend 50p, I could probably pick up, I think for a kilo of sugar, which you pick up for, is it a pound? That's about, what's that, 4,000 calories? 4,000 calories. It's a hell of a lot. So our problem is in today's society is that all of a sudden our mind, which is tailored to surviving when it comes to periods of time of starvation and famine, we now have that same mindset in a period of time where we have a plentiful supply of food. Now in the book, The Chimp Paradox, which I'd heavily recommend, it explains that everyone has a chimp. Can't really do anything about that, but it's the way that you manage it. It's becoming an intellectual individual, not an irrational individual that relies on instinct and impulse. Trying to identify when it's the chimp talking, I feel like I'm starving, or I feel like I need that chocolate bar, I feel like I need that packet of crisps, and identify when the rational mind kicks in, which will say, I know that I fancy those, I know that you fancy those packet of crisps, that chocolate bar, but I don't think it's the best thing for me, especially whilst I'm on this diet. I will massively regret it if I do so. So this is my story for you today. I hope it gives you some clarification as to why you feel these things when it comes to diet and exercise. You are not abnormal, you are completely normal, and therefore you have to be abnormal to achieve your goals. Thank you. Oh, if you like what I've said, please share it, and like it, comment. Really appreciate any comment and feedback that we get. It'd be great to hear from you.